Good day, viewers. Welcome back to episode 2 of A Day in the Life of a Quant Grad at Nedbank. My name is Siposihle Kamshinda and I am the Graduate Program Manager for the Specialist Training Program, an umbrella which houses 2 of our flagship programs, the CA Training Program and the Quant Analyst Program. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably considering a career in quantitative analysis, or you know someone that does. Considering that people working in quantitative analytics come from different technical backgrounds such as mathematics, statistics, engineering, and other STEM-related disciplines, today we have the perfect panel of experts here to share their journey and invaluable insights on transitioning from university into the world of work. Joining me today are esteemed alumni and a line manager of the program. But before we jump into the discussions, let's start off with introductions. Please share your name, your qualification, as well as where you studied. Pila, starting with you.
Thank you so much, Sihle. Thank you for having me back. My name is Pila Sandimdleje. I studied a master's in advanced data analytics at the University of Pretoria. I currently work as a quantitative analyst in the operational and conduct risk analytics space.
So, Sihle, it's you calling me an expert. I feel like I just became an alumni and now suddenly I'm an expert. It's a bit crazy for me. But hi, everyone. My name is Noluthando Ncama, and I am currently an analyst in the CIB Market Risk Analysis team. I studied a Bachelor of Business Studies, or Business Science, at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and I did my honors in finance.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiara Pillay. I'm currently a senior quantitative analyst within CIB in the Risk Data Innovation and Modeling team. And I studied a Master of Science in Computational and Applied Mathematics, and I'm currently working on my PhD.
Ooh, Dr. Kiki.
Yeah. The real expert. The real
We're just here. We're just here.
Now, at Nedbank, we recognize the importance of a smooth transition for our graduates from the place of study into the world of work, which is why we invest quite a lot in ensuring that our graduates have a soft landing through offering them platforms of support such as buddy, mentor, coaching, etc., etc. Pila, of these support structures that I've mentioned and that were made available to you, which of these did you make use of and helped you most in transitioning?
I made use of all of them, but 2 that really stuck out for me were the buddy and the mentor. Firstly, because the buddy, I was closer to age with him. So essentially, I could relate to him and he assisted me a lot in terms of program involvement and basically how to position myself. And then my mentor, because now they're a bit more seasoned, right? So they provide more insights in terms of rotation and how to engage with managers. And then when I came to going permanent as well, they give pretty solid advice, what salary brackets you should be looking at and things like that. So those 2 things, specifically a buddy and a mentor, did the most for me.
Awesome. And tell me, from those interactions with both your buddy and your mentor, what is the one piece of golden advice you received that you use to this day?
I think for my mentor, there's a lot, but one from the top of my mind would be always be respectful, right? And I think it's because of the type of person that he is. It's a thing of you never know who you're going to interact with at the bank. You never know who they are, but just make sure that in your conduct, you are just respectful.
100%. You never know if it's the CEO that you're meeting in the elevator.
But to be fair, he is in the conduct team. So this advice is coming from a conduct perspective.
Okay. It makes a lot more sense now.
You know?
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now.
I love it. I love it. So our vibrant and long-standing community of alumni stands as a testament to the excellent impact that our program has on the organization. Our alumni are not only former graduates, but they also are ambassadors of the grad program, as well as ambassadors of the value that the grad program brings. With their journeys and contributions being a source of inspirations to new grads stepping into the professional realm. Nolu, Miss Expert.
And an inspiration.
And an
CJ.
inspiration.
I mean, you are giving me compliments, sis.
Tell us, how did you apply the skills that you learned from your undergrad as well as your postgrad into the working world?
So, firstly, as mentioned before, I did finance. And in my first rotation, I was in balance sheet management, which has some accounting principles attached to the overarching model that is used there. So my background in finance / accounting / economics, because you do those modules, helped me really understand those principles that are in that space. And then I know all of you are going to be so interested in this, but your honors dissertation is so important. Oh my gosh. Kiara would tell us because she's in the model development space.
Yeah, it's so important just
But
for like independent
yes.
learning as well. Yeah.
But in terms of like the specific honors dissertation, you do methodology, you do your literature review, you do your results. And all of that is really what is in model documentation that needs to go through various levels of approval. So it's so important for you to do that correctly and know how to do it.
No pressure though.
There is help given at Nedbank. There is help.
Thank you, Nolu. Now, Pila, you have, come through the program. You've been ahead in program involvement, and now you're an alumni as well as a buddy and a mentor to a number of grads in the program. How would you encourage someone who's looking to apply for the Quant Grad program to position their application?
Okay, I think number of things here. So firstly, we can look at the CV, right? I think something that won't be too detailed. Just make sure that you've captured the important bits and things that really matter. And again, in the age of today, you can use a lot of tools to do that. You can use LaTeX, to compile the whole CV, and also maybe even ChatGPT, tools like that to sort of get tips on what is wrong or right about your CV. Secondly, interview. I mean, it's just really being yourself and understanding that it's okay to make mistakes. And I think mistakes are what make you human. Yeah. And in interviews, that's what we want to see. We want to see that we're not hiring a bot, we're hiring a human. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's fine. And then VAC work, there it's a thing of it's okay if you haven't done it, but if you have, that's also good because you'd have gotten exposed to the environment of working. Also, it trains you in terms of getting into interviews because you'd have done like a number of interviews for different VAC work opportunities. But all in all, I think it's not a mandatory thing, but it does provide that training in terms of interviewing.
Awesome. I'd also just like to point out to our viewers that whilst there are platforms available to help you put together your CV, please don't rely on those because we still want to get to know you from your application documents. We still want to hear your personal stories and get a sense of who you are from your application documents. So
Please don't forget to edit it.
yes, please edit it.
Make it your own.
We are going to use it.
Make it your own.
Yeah, sorry, CJ. You
No
can
stress,
continue.
no stress at all. Now, as the Quant Grad program, we recognize the importance of nurturing young talent and the pivotal role that our line managers play in this endeavor. As the saying goes, the true meaning of life is to plant trees under whose shade you will not sit. Kiara, as someone who is currently planting trees,
That's very
in
deep.
Nedbank,
That's very deep. I don't know if I'm doing that. I think I'm just helping like people survive.
I promise you one day someone will look back and be like, Kiara planted X and Y seeds in my career. So
Can't wait. It's like, when you're in school and you're like that one teacher that you go back to and you're like, thank you.
Yes. And that's the work that you're doing, right? So that is exactly it. Tell us, what drives you to develop young talent within the bank?
So I think, developing young talent it contributes so much to Nedbank as an organization at large. But I think there are a few things that I want to touch on. There's so many drivers, but there's just a few things that I'd like to touch on. And number one, it's so simple, but these individuals are literally the future of the organization. So they're going to be stepping into future vacancies, and they're eventually going to be in leadership positions. And it's so important, it's so critical for us to help them and to essentially set them up for success. And then if you look at it, they come with new ideas, fresh perspectives, different views on things. So they challenge the status quo. They ask all the why questions. Why has it always been done this way? And what that does is it instigates new learning and development within our existing teams as well. And then finally, I'd say, I think developing young talent also promotes inclusion. And that's something we are stepping more towards in Nedbank. DEI is a big thing here. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Tell us, as you've taken grads of the Quant program under your wing, how have the grads that have come through your business unit added value?
I think it's really simple. In our team, we work on capital and impairment models, and we ensure that if you're a grad in our team, you do the exact same work a quant or a senior quant would do. There's no differentiation. And that may seem daunting. I promise you it's not. You have someone there to hold your hand through it. It's really not. And you get to work on the process from end to end. So what that means is that you do data collection. You actually apply modeling techniques in order to estimate parameters. You do the documentation. We spoke about that. You do presenting at different forums. And these models are so necessary in our business. They're real models. You know, you're not working on something that isn't going to be applied in this business. They're real applications. So this goes to the calculation of our capital and impairments that we hold within CIB and then within Nedbank as a business. So, yeah.
Takes on a lot of grads for rotation, but also consists of a lot of alum from the program. And you've mentioned quite some impactful work that the grads have the opportunity to do. Can you talk us through some of the support systems that you offer grads within your team?
So one of the things that I think helps the grads really thrive in the team is to have a very strong point of contact. So whoever your manager is within the program that you're with, having a really strong relationship, very good open relationship, good communication is so important. That's your person, essentially. And I think it's also so important for the grads to know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not know things. And what I find is that, you know, you tell the grads, you know, ask questions. And then you realize actually they're not going to ask questions because they don't know what to ask. And something the head of our team, Christine van der Walt, has said, which really stuck with me, was you can come here knowing nothing. It's fine. We will teach you everything. Which then also brings in the team aspect, right? We have absolutely incredible individuals in the team, really knowledgeable, and they are always there to assist, to help nurture the young talent that we have in our team. So there's so much support and guidance, not just from your line manager, but from the team as a whole.
I love how you pointed out, and I think this is very important for our viewers watching, that one, you don't know what you don't know. And over and above that, it's okay not to know. Because I think that a lot of students studying such smart qualifications like mathematics, actuarial science, think that the moment they don't know anything, oh my shucks, it's the end of the world. And it really isn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, I feel, that you put on yourself when you're in these highly skilled, professions. So much pressure. And we see it in the interviews, right? We've seen it where you put so much pressure on yourself that you get so nervous, it becomes very daunting. And, you know, we don't want that. We don't want that for you. We want you to be comfortable because we understand.
So if you are considering a career in quantitative analysis, all you need is an aptitude for learning and a good attitude. We'll teach you the rest.
I don't think anyone actually calls it quantitative analysis here.
I'm so sorry.
It's quant. Being a quant.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah, QAs.
You're revealing my age.
QAs, okay.
Okay, this one is
okay, fair. But a quant, you know?
Pila, earlier touched on the importance of VAC work and showing VAC work on your CV. Now, at Nedbank, we have a 4-day VAC work called the Quantitative Exploration Programme. And on this 4 days, you have the opportunity as a third-year undergraduate student to come into Nedbank and experience the Nedbank culture, network with not only alumni and business line managers, but a great network of individuals that are there to help you path out your next steps into your future. Nolu, you were an attendee of our Quant Exploration Program. What were the key takeaways?
I'm starting to realize why you're calling me an expert. I'm like furniture here. I've been around for a while, you know.
I'm thinking, am I getting an invite as a line manager?
You know?
Am I getting an invite to QEP?
Because wow. Okay. So key aspects. Top of mind for me, culture. Everyone here looks so happy. Even during genuinely happy. And everyone was smiling, having the time of their lives. And I was like, okay, this is not what I imagined banking to be. I imagined finance bros with their suits and ladies in shirts and pearls and looking all serious, 6-inch heels, which wasn't really me.
Left it at home.
But yeah, everyone was so happy and just welcoming. And so that was a big one for me as to why I wanted to join the graduate program, Nedbank's one specifically. And then the second reason, and I will never not say this, the rotational aspect. Being able to tailor my career was an experience that I will never, ever undervalue. So when I look at it, having exposure to different spaces in the bank just allows you to know more because you don't know what you don't know. I just knew I just wanted to be at the bank. And so how and where I was going from there was something I didn't know. And that's what the actual grad program helps you achieve.
What I love about your story is that you came to QEP and then a year later you were like, I'm back.
I'm here.
And you joined us as a grad.
Yeah.
What tips can you provide to those that are going to be applying for this year's upcoming QEP program? What would you say helped you stand out?
So standing out for me was being myself. Be yourself. We can tell if you're not being authentically you. And please be the best version of you. Maybe let me clarify. Please be the best version of you. From our perspective, and a piece of advice, I guess, that I got when I was younger was that you would rather be rejected for being yourself than accepted for someone you're not.
Love that.
And then for the actual interview process on how to come in to QEP, it may be a cliche, but prepare, especially for the interview. Yeah. The common questions like, tell us about yourself, we ask them. Please have an answer ready for that. Know Nedbank knowledge. Who is our CEO? Who is our CFO? Know those type of questions and the answers to those questions. And then for the actual QEP experience, I know I'm doing a lot, but embrace the experience itself. You get to network with other delegates. And although it is quite a stretch in terms of the projects that you're exposed to because of the short period of time, you grow in such an unimaginable way that for me, it's worth it to go and do QEP. So embrace the experience, enjoy it, and network.
Listen, ma'am, you're not doing a lot. You're doing just enough, okay? Just enough. And I suppose this is exactly how you ended up here, right?
Furniture, guys. I'm here. I'm here to stay.
She's saying about herself. I'm wondering what she's going to say about me.
Only great things, Kiara. Nedbank is not only a great place to bank for young talent, but the culture at Nedbank thrives on collaboration and continuous improvement, making it a phenomenal place to work. The bank's training programs are designed with the intention to retain talent, and this has proven successful, as highlighted by our retention statistics and the personal testimonies of the employees that sit here with me today. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from my panelists. As we close off, Kiara, starting with you, as our longest serving person on the panel, having been here for a decade, what has kept you at Nedbank?
So I've been in retail and I'm now in CIB, and the culture obviously changes from team to team, right? With different people, a different environment, culture is going to change. But I think the thing that has stayed the same is that no matter where I've been in the bank, I feel like what I'm doing matters. I feel like I'm contributing, whether it's big or small. I feel important. And I think the other thing is that, you've said it, is that there is a people focus here. And that's so important for people to feel like they are important, they matter. And we have that here. And we also have a great quant community. And that really helps with learning and development. So, when you come to a place where not only do you work with brilliant, like-minded people, you get a quant community that, promotes learning and development. You have great culture that, sees you as an individual. All of that combined is, a recipe to keep you here, I guess.
And here you have been. I love it for us. Thank you. Thank you. As mentioned, our training programs train young talent with the intention to retain them. So if you're worried after the grad program you won't have a place to stay or a place to work, please don't let that be a stop for you to not apply for the grad program. As you've heard, we love our alumni community. Nolu and Pila, I suppose I'll start with Nolu. We love that our retention stats show just how great the training program is. And not only the training program, but the bank at large. What have been your retention drivers that have pushed you guys to stay after the program?
So can I say my manager? Yes, Kiara said you build a special relationship there. So although my manager is absolutely phenomenal and I've built such a great rapport with her. Once again, culture, my team is amazing. But most importantly, the work I do. I see the opportunities for growth and potential to do so much more in my role. Why wouldn't I stay when I've got the perfect mix? I've got culture, I've got a great team, I've got a great manager, and I've got great work and great growth opportunities. What's there? Not there, sorry.
And you get to pay it forward, right? Because you mentor incoming grads as well. So phenomenal.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think a common theme here is going to be culture. 100%. For me as well, the people have just been amazing. I think coming in as a grad, the manager that you get to work with and the fellow graduates as well, everyone is just so supportive, right? They make sure that they teach, you are learning, these growth opportunities, there's just support, endless support. And then something else is the fact that as a young person, your ideas also matter. Yes. You can come into a space and think to yourself, you're young, you want to wait for your Kiaras just to say something because they've been here long. But then you get a Kiara tell you, it's fine. Your ideas do matter. Don't be shy to voice them. And that's what you do. And then you get listened to. They don't just say it, they actually act it.
Love that. And I tell you, I'm so tempted to ask, was this your perfect grad program? That was a sidebar. I'm sorry. It was. Thank you so much for watching our second episode of A Day in the Life of a Quant Grad at Nedbank. If you're looking for an employee that sees you, welcomes you, and gives you exposure to meaningful work, then truly Nedbank is the place to be. See you next time.